Nestled within the Catskill Mountains lies secret power only stories can contain. When the explorers came to America and sailed through the Hudson River, the natives warned of dark entities and tales filled with evil. They mostly lived in the valleys and stayed away from the mountains. As one story goes, Henry Hudson and his men came across strange small people within the mountains with eyes like pigs. The next time these strange people were mentioned was in the tale of Rip Van Winkle, who drank the same drink as Hudson and the crew at a later time. My girlfriend and I are avid hikers, so much so that we are trying to become members of the 3500 Club. In order to become a member, you have to hike the 35 peaks of the Catskills that are above 3,500 feet. Summer and fall are some of the best times to go. Summer, because being that high up in altitude acts as natural air conditioning. And the fall, of course, for the foliage and crisp air. Our main concerns were being alert to any natural predators on the trails, many including bears, coyotes, and of course the ever-elusive mountain lion. Not that we really run into anything too crazy on the trails. Until that evening, we were just a normal happy couple who enjoyed the outdoors. We were so careless, we didn't even realize it was happening to us, until it was too late. One fall afternoon, we were out on a trail near Devil's Path. We were so busy exploring, we didn't account for the amount of sunlight we had until it got dark. By the time we realized, the sun had already nestled itself behind the mountains, casting deep shadows throughout the woods. We tried to hustle through the trail, but it seemed that we had taken a wrong turn. We didn't have any flashlights, and our cell phones were both dead. After a while of searching for the trail, I suggested we sit for a bit until the moon came up. It was supposed to be full tonight, and I figured it would help light the way. When the moon finally rose, we began to walk again. Pushing through thick tree branches and brush, I was trying every way I could not to show my fear. We were lost. I turned to my girlfriend and told her that if push comes to shove, that we'll just find a place to lie low until morning. She didn't like that idea at all, so we kept moving. After about an hour of walking, we could hear faintly off in the distance noise, shouting, laughing. We raced over to the source. As we got closer, we could see a faint glow and the crackling of a fire. I pushed through the bushes and tripped over a branch, stumbling into a campsite. I picked myself up and brushed myself off, but when I looked up, I was met with the barrels of 3 guns in my face. "Can we help you?" a gruff voice asked. I paused for a moment, trying to understand the situation. "Yes," I exclaimed. "My girlfriend and I, we're lost. We just want to get back to our car." The guns lowered, and in their place stood 3 large bearded men. "Girlfriend?" one asked. I nodded and pointed to her. The 3 looked at each other with puzzled looks. "Get out of here, bud," one of the men said. "Don't bother us." "The guy's probably messed up on something," another said. I quickly nodded and darted away. "What happened?" she asked. "Nothing," I responded. "Let's just keep moving." We walked around for what seemed like eternity. I was so tired that I didn't even notice the steep decline in the area we were walking. I fell forward and rolled down the rigid terrain. When I was finally able to grab onto something to stop myself, I laid there for a bit, waiting for a call out from my girlfriend to see if I was okay or for her to run up, but neither happened. I sat up and looked around. The strong glow of the moon was beginning to fade as the sky started to lighten from the sun's distant rays. I looked down the hill a bit and saw a bright glow and a group of people dancing and laughing on the precipice. Looking over the hollow, I could hear footsteps coming up behind me, but this feeling seemed so familiar, I didn't care to look back. "You all right, kid?" a soft voice asked from behind. I slowly turned around, and there stood a man of short stature, with a bushy beard and eyes like a pig. "Yeah," I whispered. The short man waddled over and sat down next to me. "It's been a while," the man exclaimed. "It has," I agreed. 20 years, to be exact." The man slowly turned towards me. "She's down there, you know." I strained my eyes to see if I could catch a glimpse of my long-lost girlfriend. "All she talks about is you," he exclaimed. "Here, drink this. You'll feel much better."